Hello, everybody. Welcome back to YuGiOh Stories. Today, we'll be profiling my updated Invoked deck. I just wanted to bring you guys an updated list because I felt like the new list I have right now is way better than the previous list I have in my channel. So let's just go ahead and get started with it. We play, of course, 3 Alistairs. Why would you not play 3 Alistairs? You're playing an Invoked deck. Search is your invocation, is your main engine. And of course, playing 3 purple Nightfall, since we are playing Mekk Knights, along with the 3 Nightfall. We're playing 2 Blue Sky, and then the only 2 targets we're playing are Yellow Star and Red Moon. There was a couple times playing where I wanted to search Red Moon, so I decided to just add it in. It's just good for like outing certain things. They're both pretty good like to search. Of course, they're kind of bricky if you draw them on their own, but this one destroys spells and traps, is gonna destroy monsters. I thought one of each was good. I was playing the Move Man, Epsilon, I think his name is, but I don't even think he was good. Like, I would just have him in my hand, and whereas in these actually do things. So I decided to play 1-1. And now for the hand trap. Oh no hand traps right now. Well, let's start off with 3 kaijus. Good for outing boss monsters. Also helps with your Mekk Knights. You can just summon them to a zone, and then your Mekk Knights can be summoned to that same zone. Pretty good. You play 3 different names because that way you can always summon them with Slumber. Like if you draw 2 Gamma Seals, you can't activate Slumber, but 3 different names gives your Slumber always live. Then we're playing 2 Cyber Dragons. Helps you out extra links, helps you out monsters in the extra monster zones. Like if they have a Colossus, you can out it with this. Pretty good. Of course, hand traps, 2 Ash, and 2 Ghost Ogres. Along with 3 Gammas and a 1 Driver. To be honest, if I had Impermanences and Ghost Spells, I would cut these 2 Impermanents, 2 Ghost Spells, but I don't have them. So I felt like this was the best ratio I could play. Yeah, what is that to say? This is pretty good against Goki, but it's not that good against Thunder Dragons. So you set it out against Thunder Dragons, set it out against Paleo, but it's good in a lot of matchups. And Ash is Ash, Ash is good. And for the final 2 monsters, Phantom Skyblaster, this card is amazing. This card is so good. I added it recently. This card, along with like, let me just show you guys. Along with like either Instant Fusion or like Mind Control or a Mekk Knight, gives you like a Borreload Dragon, or a Mekk Knight or a Cyber Dragon, like even the worst of the Mekk Knights. So like this, along with any of these cards, or any like wave you can have to like have monsters and then normal summon him. So let's just take this Mekk Knight for an example, because like, right, you would consider drawing him a brick. You don't want to draw him, but let's say you summon him, then you normal summon your Sky Blaster, and you activate his effect to get 2 tokens. Then you would link your token into, of course, your Link Spider. Then you would link your token and your Phantom Sky Blaster. And usually you can make Cerberus or Phoenix, depending if you want to get the draw off of their discards. Because, if they're cold link, they give you a draw. But let's just go to Cerberus right now, just for example purposes. And then you link it to a Boral Lower Dragon. Yeah, the reason why I added him is just for that purpose. He helps you go into Boral Load. And I thought like, oh, if I draw Mekk Knights and Alistairs, like, they can't search. Like, these guys can't search. So Sky Blaster along with the Mekk Knight, even if you don't get the Mekk Knight search, like purple or red, even if they don't search, just these 2 monsters, or these 2, can help you go into a Boral Load. It can help you out Colossus, and we all know how good Boral Load is. It's not just for Colossus, it can help you out a lot of other things. But yeah, that's why I'm playing the Phantom Sky Blaster. I think it's pretty good. But let's just move on to the spells. Playing 3 Invocation. I still stand by 3 is better than 2. There's been times where I got hand looped, and the only 2 cards I had in my hand were Mind Control and Invocation, and I ended up discarding the Alistair when I got hand looped. So my turn started, and Mind Controlled, and I think I took the Gunblard, because the Gunblard was like co-linked to Firewall. So I took the Gunblard, then I activated Invocation, and I summoned the Mekk next to the Gunblard. Then I got Alistair back to my hand, normal summoned him, and got another Invocation. So I just felt like 3 Invocation lets you play around the hand loop a lot better, lets you play through hand traps, and it is kind of a brick, but the times that, like, sometimes you open it and you think, oh damn, I bricked, I opened Invocation and Alistair. But in actuality, like, if they stop your Alistair or if they hand loop you, it's not a brick, like, it actually helps you out. But let's continue. Like I said, you play 2 Called by the Graves. It's at 2. Really good card, really versatile. Stops hand traps, stops graveyard effects. You play 2 Instant Fusions, but I don't know where my other is right now. Because I think I was showing with the Phantom Sky Blaster that you can like open up any of those, but it's supposed to be 2. I'm trying to find it right now, but I guess I can't. But yeah, definitely play 2 Instant Fusions. Don't play 1. I swear I had 2, but I guess I lost it right now. But yeah, play 2 Instant Fusions, and then, sorry guys, I'm just trying to find it. Okay, well, okay, it was right here with the combo pieces. You play 2 Instant Fusions along with 2 Mind Controls. These are for just outing Thunder Dragons. This deck has a hard matchup against Thunder Dragons. Lets you summon Raijin or lets you summon Thousand Edge Restrict. Thousand Edge Restrict lets you out more things than just Thunder Dragons, but Raijin is pretty good just to Book of Moon, the Colossus. Of course, Mind Control, broken card. You're blinding second every single time. 1 Slumber. This card's good. It's a board wipe. It's a Rhoda. It's an Itali. But at the same time, another big reason why I wanted to add it is because if you're getting a hand looped, you can just discard this, and you can just get a Kaiju your next turn. So I thought it was pretty good. If it gets discarded, it's still a little bit live. If it doesn't get discarded, it's a black hole, and it gives you a Kaiju. So that's really good. 1 Monster Reborn and 1 Succession. I added this instead of the memory. This is actually better than the memory. Memory a lot of the times would like, it restricts you to only summoning Mekk Knights, so it was very like restrictive in my plays. But this is pretty good. I'm playing Phantom Sky Blasters and I'm playing more links, so this is more live than my previous build, but I do think this is better. And of course, 2 Meltdown and 2 Terraforming. I was testing out 3 Meltdowns, but do not play 3 Meltdowns. 3 Meltdowns breaked way too much. I cut it to only 2. I felt like that's perfect ratio. And then I wasn't playing 2 Desires on my last list, but that's wrong. Definitely play 2 Desires. Like I built the deck a lot thinking about Goki, and if you get hand looped and you only have 2 cards left, and one of them is Desires, you activate it and now you have 3 cards left. I main deck 48 cards, so I don't feel that bad playing 2 Desires. I felt 3 was too much, but I thought 2 was perfect. You should definitely be playing 2, especially since you're playing Invocation at 3. And then for the last spells, I play 2 MSTs. I was playing Twin Twisters, but I didn't like having to waste a resource to destroy 2 spells and traps. So I played MST instead. It's chainable. Like if they Imperial Order you, you can chain it. If they anti-spell you, you chain it. But along with the 2 MSTs, I played 2 Storm Dusters. So I cut a Twin Twisters for these, and it might seem a little weird, and it is a little weird, but I felt 4 spells and traps removal was really good, and a lot of the times this was like a blowout against like Like just setting it and then destroying 2 was really good. You don't have to waste a resource to destroy 2 like Twin Twisters. And a lot of the times, like let's say they anti-spell you or Imperial, well more like Imperial Order, because anti-spell you can set this. But if they Imperial Order you, you cannot activate MST to destroy it. But you can set this and then destroy it. 2 has been coming in pretty good for me. I think it's a really good trap, and a lot of people don't expect it in Invoked, but it's been working out for me. You don't have to play it, but I like it a lot. And just like last profile, 1 evenly matched because I only own 1, so I decided to main deck it instead of siding it. I believe that's 48 in the main. Let's go into the extra deck. So for Invoked fusions, you're only playing 4. And I guess you wouldn't, if you want to count the Alistair link for another extra monster with the Invoked name. But 2 Mekk, he's the best one. He's a light one. He's a negate. I thought 2 of him was good because you go into him pretty often. Purgatrio for the OTKs, and sometimes I want to put him up to 2, but the extra deck is kind of tight. I thought 1 was reasonable. Raijin, I don't even summon him off of Invocation. He just comes up off of Instant Fusion. It's pretty good for shutting down Licorice, shutting down Colossus. Of course, Alistair Link, you're playing Invoked. You're only playing 1 Link 1, Link Spider, just for your tokens. And for the Link 2s, you're playing Cerberus and Phoenix, you know, pretty good. Along with Space Insulator, just to help you climb up with your tokens. And for the last Link 2, Morningstar. So these are your Link 2s. For Link 3s, I'm only playing Mekk Knight, Spectrum Supreme, and Trisbania. This is really good if it points to no monsters. It can't be destroyed by battle. It can't be targeted or destroyed by card effects. So it's pretty good against Sky Strikers, Paleos. It's kind of a win condition. And if something gets summoned to a zone, this points to destroy all spells and traps your opponent and you control. And then it burns you for 500. So it's pretty good. It's good against Paleo, good against Sky Strikers. And it combos pretty well with the Space Insulator, because if you make Space Insulator the turn beforehand, and then on the next turn or a future turn you summon Trisbania, Space Insulator actually has an effect to summon it, so you just summon it to a link zone and blow up all the spells and traps, and they get banished. So that's a pretty good combo. I found myself often wanting a Trisbania, like when I was playing against back row decks. I would be like, oh man, I wish I could make a Trisbania right now, but I wasn't playing it, so I decided to add it in. And of course, 1 Boral Low Dragon, good for outing things. I don't own Boral Sword. If you have Boral Sword, you should definitely play it. And the last 2 are fusions. Thousand Eyes for the instant fusion, Chimera Tech for your Cyber Dragon. And that's pretty much for the extra deck. If I were to make one suggestion, it's like if you have Borreload, like, or Griffin, not Griffin, your Nightmare Unicorn, you could cut some things. Like you could cut this for like the Boral Sword. You could also cut like Cerberus for the Phoenix. Like extra deck is personal preference, but those are just some suggestions if you have those cards, which I do not have. Oh, sorry about that. I moved the camera. Now for the side deck, 1 Gamma Seal, just for like Gokis when you're going second. Like it helps you out a lot of things. So I just thought 1 more Gamma Seal, just if I really want to see Kaijus. 3 Medion, this just helps you a lot against your Thunder Dragon matchup. Just side these in, take out 2 Ogres and take out something else like the Storm Dusters or the MSTs. Side these guys in, really good. You should already know what that does. It also kind of helps you with extra link. And 2 cherries along with 1 Firewall Dragon. This is for going second against Goki, going second against FTK. You would be playing a total of 9 hand traps. So that's pretty good. I didn't want to main deck them, especially when I'm only running 1 target in the side deck for it. So I thought I would just side Firewall Dragon and side them in. Pretty good. Stops the FTK if they don't have Called by the Grave. And now, these are my sides for going first, which sounds weird for an invoked list to go first. But I feel like with decks like Sky Strikers or Paleo, you actually gain a lot by you going first and them not going first. Because I feel like Sky Strikers and Paleo, and even Alter Guys, like their turn 1 is usually pretty weak. So if you can make their turn 1 even weaker by you going first and drawing something like one of these cards, of course not this against Sky Strikers, kind of is dead against Sky Strikers, but these are really good against Sky Strikers, and this just gives you a ton of momentum once it comes back to your turn. But yeah, guys, this has been Yu-Gi-Oh! Stories with my deck profile, with the updated Invoked, along with Phantom Sky Blaster in the main deck. If you guys have any comments, any suggestions, be sure to leave them down below. If you guys like this type of content, and if you guys want more Yu-Gi-Oh! Content like this, be sure to hit that subscribe button. If you guys like this profile, hit that like button. If you guys have any comments or any questions, be sure to leave them down below. And thank you guys for watching. This is Yu-Gi-Oh! Stories signing out. Peace.